with most of Antarctica being covered in ice, it's made it hard for us to thoroughly explore the land. But what secrets we have been able to uncover have been truly bone-chilling. Antarctica's pyramids. We already know that Egypt is home to some of the world's grandest pyramids, but oddly enough, Antarctica might have been too. In fact, some scientists believe that Antarctica once housed the world's oldest pyramids. Geologists have constantly questioned the living habits of those in Antarctica, with the extreme cold being a deterrent and obstacle to normal, everyday lifestyles. But when scientists revealed the possibility of pyramids having once been there, everything started to make sense. Satellite imagery in 2016 was what brought this idea to life, as an obscure formation was captured poking out of Antarctica's glacial lands. When these structures were compared to Egypt's pyramids, the similarities were undeniable, leading many to believe that there were once man-made pyramids in Antarctica. This would also explain how people were able to survive the harsh climate, as pyramids are often seen as solutions to extreme weather conditions. And some scientists even think that these pyramids are a telltale sign that an ancient civilization once walked the icy lands. But unfortunately, due to the location and terrain of the formations, it is unreachable, so nothing more can be found. The bloody waterfall. When most of the ground is covered in white, any sort of colour sticks out like a sore thumb, especially if it's bright red. It's also an unsettling sight to say the least. When pilots saw this eerie, gigantic patch of red in the snow, they could feel their stomachs turning. When scientists heard of this, they knew that they had to investigate. Located in the McMurdo Drive Valley, this waterfall looks like it's flowing with blood. It took scientists quite a bit of time to actually figure out what this mystery liquid is, so many people assumed that it was actually blood. But flash forward to today, scientists can now safely say that this waterfall has an increased amount of salt content, which means that it won't freeze over. And combined with its increased amount of iron that makes the water red, it makes this waterfall seem like something straight out of a horror movie. Extraterrestrial presence. If UFOs were to show themselves, Antarctica would be the perfect place to do so. With such cold terrain, there aren't too many dwellers during the harshest winter months, which means that, as an alien, you'll have plenty of privacy. That's why Antarctica is one of the most common hubs for alien activity in the world. With a seemingly endless collection of meteorites and unusual natural phenomena, it's no surprise that scientists have found their fair share of oddities in Antarctica. But there's much more than meets the eye, which is why satellites are used to uncover secrets that we can't usually see. And through satellites, scientists have been able to find out what are supposedly clear signs of extraterrestrial life hiding in the snow. There were spacecraft-like markings and formations found within the satellite imagery, and researchers have pinpointed them to alien life. This, combined with the countless UFO sightings claimed by tourists and explorers, makes for a pretty strong case that aliens may exist and have travelled to Antarctica. Atlantis. And perhaps the biggest discovery that scientists have claimed to make is this. We all have heard legends about a great underwater city that has been lost in time. Atlantis is a myth that many of us have pondered about, and may have even wished was true. And if you don't know what Atlantis is, here's a brief breakdown. Atlantis is a city that was said to have housed a civilization that ruled over the Western world. It was said to be a highly advanced kingdom filled with powerful and mighty people, and was protected by the Greek gods, specifically Poseidon. However, as the nation grew in power, so did their greed. They craved more control, and their armies began to conquer other nations. As punishment for their unethical ways of gaining control, the entire island sank into water, never to be found again. The truth of this tale has never been confirmed, but many are firm in their belief that Atlantis does exist. Well, what if it actually does? And instead of being west of the Strait of Gibraltar, it's lying underneath in the depths of the Antarctic waters. For years, we've been searching for evidence regarding Atlantis' existence, only to come up empty-handed. But what if the entire city is completely buried under a thick sheet of ice, unable to be rediscovered? That would explain how no one has actually seen anything regarding Atlantis, right? The Antarctic waters are simply too cold for any explorers, no matter how brave. If you enjoyed this video, then you'll love this video we picked specifically for you. Click now.